What's up, Nail Geeks? I am back with Polished Gamers Box March 2021 to show you guys. This month's theme is retro games, and I have 4 polishes to show you guys that will be available along with many others this month. So without further ado, let's dive right in. First up is by Danny Viana. This is Puzzling Bob, described as a lime green jelly base with pink iridescent flakes and yellow round glitters. This is $12.50 and there will be a cap of 50 bottles on it. So this has a very crelly formula to it. It is very smooth on the brush strokes. Now the larger white circular glitters are what I consider more of the heavier types of glitters. So I just had to do just a touch of careful placement if they got off my nail, like what you're seeing on the second coat here. For opacity, I'm going to suggest 2 coats on it. It builds very quickly to opacity, has a smooth, creamy sort of finish when you use a glossy top coat, which I would suggest as this one does dry down quite flat and just the slightest bit on the thirsty side. And next is by Vanessa Molina. This is Pac-Man Ghost, described as a multi-chrome chameleon magnetic with iridescent flakes. Price is $13 and there is a cap of 150 bottles. So this has a jelly formula to it. I think this one would look fantastic over a black undie or another very dark base color, but you can absolutely wear it on its own. So if you wear it by itself, I would suggest between 2 and 3 coats. The magnetic pigment in this is very quick to react to a magnet, and I had no issues getting that line to just come out very prominent and strong. Now, if you have been following along with my videos, especially my magnetic ones, I'm highly going to suggest the same thing on this too, that when you finish off with a glossy top coat, don't forget to magnetize your top coat layer as well, just to help to keep that line there. This is very shifty for that magnetic pigment, and at angles you can see a double line almost between copper and this greenish and pinkish effect. And Esmaltes de Kelly brings us Castle of Illusion. This is described as a red to black multichrome with blue iridescent flakes. Price is $12.50 and there's a cap of 200 bottles. So the formula on this is what I would consider very jelly-like, and it builds very quickly to opacity. Now this has quite a strong, heavy feel with those flakes. It is packed full of the blue iridescent ones, and they do make this one dry down quite thirsty. So it's not textured per se like a glitter, but just very flat and thirsty when it dries down on its own. So I'm going to suggest a really good glossy top coat. So this is another spin on the black to red multi-chrome pigment. It is very pretty and again builds very quickly to opacity, especially given those flakes. Now for full coverage, I'm going to suggest between 2 and 3 coats, and to finish off with a good glossy top coat. And lastly, Night Owl Lacquer brings us Trog. This is a light and vibrant sky blue crelly with a variety of neon glitters. This is $11 and there is no cap. So this has a very crelly formula to it. It does start off a touch on the light side, and I'm going to suggest going in lightly on your coats just to get a strong pond effect, meaning you'll see the glitters in between your coats. So the glitters themselves are what I consider on the heavier side. So if you do polish kind of harsh on your brush strokes, then you might need to do just a touch of careful glitter placement just to make sure everything's nice and dispersed on your nails. Now on the third thin coat here, in a moment you'll see it, that base color definitely deepens out, and I do agree it is this lovely kind of sky blue, but in my opinion flirting with being a baby blue for the base color. And I really like the smaller glitters here, just a really fun confetti sort of feel with the variety of sizes that you'll get. Now this does dry down just a touch thirsty and a bit on the textured side, so I would suggest a thin coat of a glitter smoothing top coat underneath your glossy top coat just to layer everything down. Now these 4 polishes and many more, a part of the Retro Games month, will be available for pre-order starting March 15th at 12 p.m. MST. I will break all this information down in the description box below, and I'll also link you guys to the shop. There's a preview up right now on the website so you can see what else is launching this month. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.